My beloved child, the hour of reckoning is here, and heaven itself holds its breath as you listen. You stand on the brink of a divine unveiling that will shatter every chain, yet only the willing will step into this new reality. In the next few moments, I will whisper secrets of your true identity, secrets too vast for human understanding, yet written into your very DNA before time began. Do not look away now, for every second wasted is a stolen opportunity to claim the destiny I have prepared. Will you answer the call, or will you let this sacred moment slip through your fingers? Stay with me. Your yes in these coming seconds will ignite a transformation that echoes through eternity. I am the one who fashioned every breath you take, the hand that sculpted you between darkness and light, the whisperer of life into your soul when nothing else existed. Before your form took shape in your mother's womb, I saw you. Before anyone uttered your name, I had already called you by the name I chose. You did not appear here by accident, nor are you the product of chance or mistake. You are my deliberate intention, the cherished desire of my heart. Every cell within your body is meticulously arranged by my wise hand. Every tear you've shed is remembered by me. Every silent cry within you known. Even when you couldn't voice your pain, I understood and listened. Do not let the clamor of the world cause you to doubt your value. Do not allow the dark days you have endured convince you that I have forgotten you. No, not for a single moment have I taken my gaze from you. I am not silent because I have abandoned you, but because there are truths that can only be discovered in stillness. When you learn to look upward instead of searching outward, my child, the time has come for me to reveal what I have long held in my heart, not out of concealment, but because the hour was not yet ripe. Now the moment is here. The truth must be illuminated, and your destiny is about to turn toward an entirely new direction. You once thought you were merely a small piece in life's vastness, that your days passed without meaning, that your efforts left no real impact. But I say this, you were born for a mission far greater than you have ever imagined. There is a divine purpose to your existence, not to live according to the world's patterns, but to live a life anointed by truth, mercy, and the power that comes from me. Within you burns a flame, a light I placed in your heart, which no darkness can extinguish. Yet perhaps you have never recognized it or have doubted yourself, as wounds, failures, and the lies of others have dimmed that light. But now I come to rekindle it, that you may know you are chosen, not because you are perfect, but because I am perfect, and I chose you from the beginning. What lies ahead will not be easy. You will confront the borders between faith and doubt, light and shadow, life and death within your soul. But remember this, you are not alone. I will walk beside you. I will fight alongside you, and I have already destined you for victory, not by worldly standards, but by the eternal ways of the divine. I ask you to listen with humility and faith, not faith in yourself, but faith in the one who created you. Believe that I am leading you into a new land, where you will no longer live in fear or inner turmoil, but in a peace beyond understanding, in the power of truth. My child, this calling is not yours alone. I will make your life a light to others, a healer of broken souls, a voice of comfort to the lost, an extension of my hand in a world fractured by division and pain. Do not rely on your own strength. Look to me, the one who never errs, never changes, and never abandons those I have chosen. What I am about to reveal will bring you to your knees, not in fear, but in awe. For the greatness of my plan for you will surpass every idea your mind has ever grasped. You will see that what once seemed random was in truth a loving design. The pain you once resented, the detours you thought were mistakes, will become proof of my wondrous guidance. Prepare your soul, for a new wind is blowing. It will sweep away the dust of your past and unveil a horizon where you will no longer merely survive, but live to fulfill a destiny written by my eternal love. Now, my beloved, stand firm. Do not allow fear to replace faith. For even as you read these words, I am moving quietly yet powerfully to transform your life from its very foundation. When this unfolds, you will know you were never forgotten. You are an essential part of my eternal masterpiece. Now is the time to step into a new chapter, not hesitantly, but with courage born from my presence within you. I am waiting for you at this new beginning. Beloved, listen and let your heart open wide like a vast field welcoming the first light after a long night. What I am about to reveal is not a mere thought or hollow promise. It is pure truth, untouched by the dust of the world. It is the sacred core of your destiny, the very thing heaven and earth have waited for in silence, the thing your soul has longed for even before it knew how to express it. You have been called out, not to be above others, but to live differently, not to walk the red carpet of fame, but to follow a holy path, thorny, uncertain, yet illuminated by my light. You have been set apart, not because you are good enough, but because my grace found you, and it did not stop at calling your name. I have also placed on you a sacred seal, a mark that cannot be erased, forged, or undone. That mark is proof that you belong to me, and that I have a great plan beyond anything you have ever believed about yourself. The time has come. No more delay, no more waiting. What was once a sacred mystery held deep in my heart must now come into the light, not because I am compelled, but because I have chosen this moment, this very moment, to unveil the truth before your eyes. Do you feel it within your soul? Is your heart racing, your spirit trembling, as if your deepest intuition affirms, this is real, this is sacred, this is what I have always sought without knowing it? The truth about to be spoken is not gentle like a breeze. It is fire. It is thunder. It is a voice awakening all that has lain dormant inside you. It is the weight of eternity resting on a mortal soul. But you will not bear it alone. I carry it with you. I will give you strength from a wellspring that never runs dry. Do not fear. Even if the earth shakes, even if your world changes forever from this moment, do not let awe turn into retreat. I know these words may make your soul tremble, for the light of truth can be too bright for eyes accustomed to darkness. But this light heals. It does not destroy. This is the light calling you to life, not condemnation. This is the light clearing the path through doubt, fear, and pain into the freedom I ordained for you from the start. Blessed are those who run. Do you think every tear you shed was only a mark of suffering? No, I have gathered each one like precious gems held close to my heart. I have seen every time you fell in darkness unseen by others. I have heard every whisper from your heart, even when you could not speak. You thought I was silent, but silence is not absence. In every quiet moment you endured, I have been weaving a masterpiece. Every trial, every hue of tears, every shadow of doubt, each thread coming together to prepare you for the destiny written by my divine hand. Everything that made you want to give up was not failure, but the beginning of preparation. You were forged in fire, not to be consumed, but refined like pure gold. You crossed deserts, not because I abandoned you, but so you could learn to hear the whisper from heaven, a place untouched by worldly noise. You traveled barren lands of the soul, so now, at this moment, you can hear my voice without distraction. Pause, breathe deeply, feel the subtle change in the air. This is not mere emotion. This is heaven's movement. Doors once locked are beginning to open. Promises buried under years of doubt are stirring again. And your soul, your truest self, is beginning to respond to the call it has awaited since eternity. Stand firm, my child. Be courageous, not because you are fearless, but because in your fear you will find me. I don't need perfection. I need presence. I ask only for your willingness, for I, who began this work in you, will complete it. And all things, broken or unfinished, will come together for good, because you are the one I love, the one I chose, the one set apart for a mission far beyond time's reach. Now, my beloved, I ask, are you ready? Ready to follow me to places your eyes have never seen, your ears never heard, your heart never felt, yet were destined before the foundations of the world? Step forward, for the veil has lifted, and the light of truth, love, and eternal purpose awaits you beyond the mist. This is no distant echo from the cosmos. It is the direct call awakening your deepest self, the part you tried to forget, silence, or deny. This is the voice heaven has patiently held for years, waiting for this moment, when you are broken enough, still enough, open enough to listen with your trembling soul. I do not speak the words of man, worn thin by time, fear, and selfishness. I speak with pure truth, with light permeating every cell, yearning to return to its source. This presence carries no domination or condemnation. It is a sacred dialogue, inviting you to see yourself bare, unmasked, honest, and to embrace yourself through the purest love. I know you are tired. I feel the wounds you hide behind your smile, behind the flawless roles life forced you to play. I hear the sigh you release at night, thinking no one listens. But I have always been here, quietly holding a space of light where your soul can find refuge. Today, in this stillness, even if for a moment, I step out from silence to call you back. Not to a place, but to your essence, forgotten amid striving and fear. Can you hear it? Not with your ears, but with your heart, the place where hope never truly died. Every word I speak now is not to make you someone else, but to reveal who you already are. Each sound from me gently touches the long-worn mask you've glued to your soul. It may hurt, it may cause trembling, but through those cracks the light enters. You are not alone, never have been. Even if the world turns away, even if those closest abandon you, even if you lose your way in endless darkness, I am here, waiting, not with urgency or anger, not with conditions. True love does not rush, does not bind, but waits with a patience beyond the world's understanding. And that love is speaking to you. Remember this, change does not come from outside. No miracle will come if you wait for it from others. The real miracle is your decision. The moment you face truth, release pride, return to the light, even if tears follow. That is true transformation. Not loud or boastful, but deep enough to shake the very fabric of reality around you. I stand now at your soul's threshold, not knocking, not forcing, but gently touching, waiting for you to open. Only when you are ready can anything begin. This is a sacred summons, not to force, but to invite you to become your highest self, where fear, regret, and old beliefs no longer cloud your soul. You are part of the universe, not a nameless fragment, but a spiritual being bearing a unique light. Every breath you take stirs energy around you. Every thought, every choice carries unexpected influence. Your awakening is not just for you, it is for those you love, for all living things around you. My words come not to preach or persuade, but to bear witness, to the truth buried in you, to a flame that never went out, only covered by ashes of forgotten years. And now I breathe softly, not to ignite a blaze, but to rekindle the sacred fire within your heart. You may cry, you may tremble, you may doubt, all that is allowed. But do not turn away. Stay, listen, feel. Then you will see, not with your eyes, but with deep knowing that you have always been loved, guided, and protected. This is not a new journey, but a remembering of something ancient. You were never forsaken. And now, as you listen with humility and courage, you touch life's truest form. Not living as a shadow or chasing illusions, but as a radiant, awakened soul full of light. And I, in this sacred silence, remain, not distant, not gone, waiting for your answer. The moment has come, my beloved. Let your soul find rest in this moment. Let each word I speak soak in like the first drops of rain on parched earth. For what I am about to say is not merely speech. It is the lifeblood of being, the truth flowing through the sacred veins of your soul. From the very first moment I placed you in this world, before your eyes ever beheld light, I breathed into your soul a calling, one not born of this earth, a calling that transcends your bloodline, surpasses the past of your ancestors, defies every limit that history, circumstance, or people have ever imposed upon you. From the beginning, you carried within you a light not easily extinguished, a seed of the eternal that only I can awaken at the appointed time, in the right moment. Do you remember those times when you stood among the crowd, yet felt different? When your heart pounded not from fear, but from something calling you beyond the veil? When you sensed a sacred touch upon your soul, though no one spoke a word aloud? That was no illusion or fleeting emotion. It was the first whisper of destiny, the initial stirring of the call I engraved upon your soul from the very start. I know you have walked many paths, some leading toward me, others turning away. I have seen you seek meaning amid the noise of the world. I have watched you wrestle with loneliness, doubt yourself, even question me. But never once have I been angry or rejected you. You asked, why were you silent when I needed you most? Yet you did not know I was always present, quiet but powerful, preparing the way gradually for this very moment. I am not far from you. I am closer than your breath. And today, as your soul breaks, not to be destroyed but softened like clay in a potter's hands, I declare the time has come. You are not a mere spectator watching the world turn. You were not born by accident, swept along by the chaos of history. No, you are an irreplaceable part of the eternal work I am building. You are a chosen stone, not by chance but by divine intention. You are the beginning of something greater than you can yet comprehend. Know that it is not by your strength, perfection, or imagined holiness that I lay my foundation, but in your brokenness, in your weakness, in the very places where you feel most useless. You have been wounded. I know there were times you wished to disappear, and I was there. Every crack in your soul has not rendered you worthless. Rather, it is the very place where my light enters. The tears you have shed, I have not let them fall in vain. I have gathered each one like pearls held deep within my heart. For every pain has a purpose. They are the furnace, the refining fire, the chisel shaping a soul that knows how to love, how to endure, how to stand firm in truth. My child, I am shaping you not as a vase to be admired, but as a vessel to carry fire. That flame I ignited long ago, and no storm of life can quench. It burns within you even when you do not feel it. It burns even when you believe you have grown cold. For it depends not on your feelings, but on my word, a word that never returns void. You are part of an eternal design, a place no one else can fill. I have positioned you in the right place at the right time. No one else can take your place, for it was made for you alone. Your existence is proof that I am still at work on this earth. You are living evidence that darkness has never overcome the light. Stop focusing on what you lack and fix your gaze on the one who chose you. What I require is not perfection, but obedience. I do not demand that you walk without trembling. I only ask that you step forward with courage, even if your heart pounds with fear. I will be the strength in your legs. I will be the light on your path. I will be your shield and your sustaining arm whenever you stumble. Know this, my child. Nothing within you is meaningless. No pain is wasted. No wound is in vain. All of it is shaping you to become a living, flexible, faithful, and sharpened instrument in my hand. I have chosen you not only to live, but to battle. Not only to endure, but to shine. Not only to receive, but to give. And I will go with you every day until my word is fully accomplished in you. Now rise, my child, not weighed down by shame, but bearing the name of the chosen. For I, the Eternal One, am calling you into your destiny, and I do not make mistakes. There is a war silently raging, not marked by weapons, nations, or political power. It is the most intense battle where darkness and light collide, where truth confronts deception, where hope stands against despair. It does not take place on any visible battlefield, but deep within the heart, in every choice, every thought, every silent moment of the soul. And in the midst of that war, among countless souls wandering in confusion and fear, I have set my eyes on you, not because you are the strongest, not because you have everything, but because within you burns something darkness cannot imitate. A flame that has never been extinguished, a yearning that, though buried, still breathes. You were not made for compromise. You were not born merely to live quietly or to be accepted by common standards. No, you were crafted to stir, to awaken, to walk as one who brings life into dying places. The things once labeled as too much, too sensitive, too strange, or too dreamy, these are the marks of a design that surpasses human logic. I have breathed into your soul gifts no one else possesses. Deep intuition, a heart that refuses to give up, eyes that see what others have long ignored. The dreams you tucked away as childish illusions were, in truth, seeds from above, waiting for their moment to rise and bloom in this world. Now I no longer whisper, I declare. A command has come from the holiest place. Arise. Do not delay. Do not postpone. Do not wait until you feel worthy, ready, or affirmed by others. The season of hiding is over. The time of silence has passed. This is the hour of courage. Not courage without fear, but courage that moves forward despite it. The world groans beneath the weight of indifference, envy, and deceitful voices that dull conscience. Darkness grows bolder, but in the deepest night, light shines most clearly. And that is why you are called. I do not need the flawless. I need the willing to walk, to love, to speak truth, to do what must be done, even at the cost of tears, loneliness, or misunderstanding. You are my trumpet in this hour, the echo of awakening, the ringing bell to stir sleeping souls. You are my sword, not to destroy, but to cut falsehood from truth, to break chains of fear long binding. And you are my mouthpiece, where I place my word, not for boasting or debate, but to sow hope in dry soil. Do not shrink back. Even if you tremble, even if you feel small, do not retreat. You do not fight alone. I will go before you. I will make a way where none seems possible. I will be the breath in your voice, the fire in your eyes, the strength in your weakest moments. The Spirit, the flame that never dies, will burn within you, not to consume, but to refine and illuminate you from within. And my word, the unshakable truth, will shield you from every arrow of doubt and judgment the world throws. You may be misunderstood, you may be left behind by those who don't see what I see, but do not let that stop you. For you were not made to fit the world's mold. You were made to reshape it, to bring forth a new reality where love is not dulled by fear, truth is not twisted by power, and hope is no longer a luxury. You are light, not the fleeting kind that flares and fades, but a deep and enduring light. The light that radiates from a soul once broken but never defeated. And that light, once kindled, will shine into places where life seemed extinguished. Step out, not seeking attention, but to bring life. Not to affirm yourself, but to affirm truth. The light was never lost. It only waits for one who dares to rise, to burn. And that light can save an entire generation. You, my beloved, are the one called for this hour. Remember this. Etch it into your heart. Hold it fast whenever fear rises. I have chosen you, and I did not choose wrong. My beloved, Be still in my presence so that your heart may absorb every word I speak. For what I am about to say is not as gentle as a passing breeze, but sharp like a double-edged sword. It comes not to wound, but to separate truth from falsehood, to draw you out from the gray shadows of compromise into the full light of the destiny I have prepared for you. You must understand, not with your mind alone, but with your spirit, that this is no ordinary invitation to a journey. This is a call between spiritual life and death. It concerns eternity, your soul, and the souls of many who await rescue through your obedience. What I speak of is not an opportunity to build your name or prove your worth. I have not called you to stand out among the crowd, but to become transparent in my light so that my glory may shine brightly through the very cracks within you. You are part of greatness far beyond yourself. When you embrace it, it will enable you to lead. Admiration is not your reward. Applause is not your inheritance. The prize is freedom for souls. Chains shattered, walls torn down, hardened hearts melted by the light of truth. And I have chosen you to carry that torch, not because you are stronger than others, but because I have chosen to dwell within you. You carry a voice, not because you are great, but because I, the Eternal One, have placed my power in the smallest parts of you. In your weakness, I am strong. In your hesitation, I bring boldness. In your trembling voice, I thunder. That voice, when spoken in faith, can shatter prisons for others. It can awaken hearts long silent, stir sleeping souls, and bring light into the darkest places. But you cannot live halfway anymore. You cannot continue to walk in the tension between calling and denial, between courage and fear, between light and darkness. I love you too deeply to let you live a half-lived life. I have been patient. I have waited. But now, my child, now is the time for turning. Now is the time to awaken. The days when fear imprisoned your thoughts are over. The days when regret pulled back your steps, when shame weighed down your soul, have passed. The days you avoided my gaze because of your past, leave them in the ashes. For today, I declare it is enough. The time has come. The hour is now. You can no longer retreat. You cannot wait for the perfect moment. For the perfect moment is now. You cannot excuse yourself by saying you are not ready. For I never called the ready. I call the surrendered. You do not need all the answers. You only need to believe that I am the answer. Let the awakening begin, not with outward noise, but with a deep shift in your spirit. I am calling you out of comfort, out of the familiar land of limitation. I am calling you to rise, not because of your ability, but because you have been marked. Not for your light to shine alone, but for mine to shine through you. Oh, my child, now is the time for alignment between what you know and how you live, between faith and action, between calling and response. I need a heart no longer divided, a heart that chooses me fully, not when it's easy, not when you feel ready, but now, as you are in your raw, honest self. No masks, no defenses. I do not call you alone. I will go with you. I will act through you. But you must obey. No delay, no conditions, no waiting for another time. For every passing second is a soul on the edge of despair, an opportunity that could be lost forever. This calling is not just for you, but through you, for the world. Remember, the world does not need another talented person. It needs someone surrendered, someone who dares say yes to me, even without knowing where the road leads. Someone who dares place trembling feet upon the water because they believe I am their outstretched hand. And you, yes, you, are that person. You may have hesitated, you may have avoided, you may have broken promises, but I have never changed my mind. The calling still stands, and I am still here. So, my child, now is the time. Awaken, align, obey. No delay, no turning back. No half measures, for the light is rising, and I want you to carry it into a world desperate for hope. My beloved, Now let your heart be still like a lake after the storm. For what I am about to speak is not a lofty dream or empty comfort, but living truth spoken from the eternal love of your Creator. For you, my child, once believed you were too ordinary for anything great, didn't you? You looked in the mirror and saw someone who wasn't enough, someone who had failed, someone burdened by what-ifs and doubts. You told yourself, I'm not ready, I'm not good enough, I can't. But today I say to you, I will place you in situations you never dared to dream of, not to overwhelm you, but to prove that what is impossible for man is entirely possible with me. You will walk through doors that by every logical measure should be closed. But remember, I do not call the qualified. I call and then qualify. And you are one of them. You are proof that grace is alive in this limited world. When you feel unworthy, when you think you do not meet the standard, when all you see in yourself is emptiness and lack, remember, it is in your greatest weakness that I will reveal my greatest strength. My glory does not blaze against a flawless backdrop. It shines through the cracks, the rubble, the places once in ruins. So your weakness is not the end. It is the invitation to lean fully into me, so I may be fully revealed through your life. I do not require you to understand everything. I do not ask you to foresee every step. I ask only one thing: trust. Trust me enough to move forward even when you cannot see. Trust me enough to go when you do not know the way. For I have not called you to walk alone, but to walk with me, step by step, day by day. Yes, you will face resistance. The enemy knows well the potential within you. It has watched your life closely, waiting, lurking, hoping you never awaken. It tries to sow fear, shame, lies, and insecurity to keep you from moving forward. It wants you to believe you have no worth, that your life has no impact, that your wounds are evidence of failure. But I say this with the certainty of heaven: I have preserved you for this very moment. You are still breathing, which means I am still writing your story. You still feel my words, which means your part is not finished. You have come through trials that seemed impossible, not just to survive, but to be prepared. Every battle, every long night, every moment you wanted to give up, that was where I was silently shaping you into a spiritual warrior. Not a wounded one hiding in pain, but one who stands firm in the storm, knowing that I, the Lord of hosts, stand beside you. You are not a victim of life. You are not irreparably broken. You are not late in my plan. And certainly, you are not beyond my reach. You are the called one. You are the appointed one. You are a warrior in my spiritual army. And more than that, you are the answer to someone's desperate prayer. Somewhere, a mother cries out for her child. A young soul stands on the edge of collapse. A heart pleads in the shadows of the night. Their prayers will be answered through your presence. I have anointed you to be a living miracle, not perfect, not polished, but real and filled with my presence. So, my child, hide no longer. Do not run from what your soul deeply knows it was born to do. This is not the time to shrink back. This is the time to rise, not by your own strength, but by the anointing from heaven, with faith in the one who called you, chose you, and carried you from the womb until now. I am unfolding a new chapter, not based on your past, but on my eternal promise. I will use what once brought you shame to reach others. I will turn your tears into rivers of healing. I will transform your trembling voice into a powerful prophecy. And when others look at you, they will not see the one who fell. They will see the one lifted, anointed, and sent by the Eternal One. My child, you don't just carry hope. You are hope. You don't just pray for miracles. You are the miracle I send into a world groaning for salvation. Now step out. Step forward, even with trembling feet if you must. But step, for I go before you. I lead the way, and I will never leave. I am moving through you. Can you not see? What you thought were burdens were actually the fires that forged your soul to carry something greater. Every scar on your heart is not a mark of failure, but a testament to the resilience that rose through every storm. Every hardship was not random. Every delay was not denial. Every rejection was not abandonment, but a loving redirection steering you from the wrong path to the place I destined for you before time began. You once asked, "Why me?" Because I see in you what you have never seen in yourself. Because I do not view your past as man does. I see your nature, your potential, the light you never dared to believe was yours. And now, as the moment arrives, as your soul begins to recognize that the calling within can no longer be silenced, I will stir into fullness what I began in you, by power, by life, by unchanging love. You thought the seeds within you had died. The old dreams, the whispered hopes of your innocent youth, the strange stirrings you once felt before the world dulled your heart. But you were wrong. They are not dead. They are sleeping. They have lain dormant beneath the heavy soil of long winters, waiting for the appointed time. And now I, the one who planted them, will breathe new life into them. You will watch as the things you thought shattered begin to stir. The dreams you labeled too late will bloom suddenly. The fragments you believed could never fit together will form a meaningful picture. For when I begin a work, I do not abandon it. I am not a man that I should change my mind. If I have spoken, heaven and earth will shift to bring it to pass. From the moment you surrender, you will no longer be the same. Your words will carry weight. Not the weight of human speech, but the authority of truth spoken from heaven's throne. Every word, birthed in love and obedience, will break chains, awaken souls, and bring light into dark places. Your hands, once trembling with fear and weariness, will become instruments of healing. When you touch others, they will not only feel warmth, they will sense my very presence flowing through you like living water. Your presence wherever you go will shift the atmosphere, not because you are special in yourself, but because I dwell within you. I, the one who formed galaxies, am entering rooms, moments, and circumstances through you. You are my dwelling place. You are the vessel through which my glory will shine. But for this to be, you cannot continue living in compromise. I need all of you, not just parts. Not only on days you feel good, not only when things are easy. I need you every day, every minute, every breath, in full surrender. You cannot bargain with me anymore, holding back what I have asked you to release, making excuses that you are not ready or will do it later. You know in your heart what I have pointed to, what my spirit has gently touched and said, "This no longer belongs to you," yet you cling to it. You call it okay. You hold it close like an old blanket that no longer warms, only molds and remembers. Now is the time to let go. Now is the time to step out of the comfort zone that once sheltered you but now cages you. No more half obedience. No more waiting for the perfect moment. The time is now. The invitation is now. New life begins the moment you surrender fully. Beloved, what I want to do in you is greater than anything you have ever imagined. But I cannot pour new wine into old wineskins. I cannot set fire upon an altar covered in the ashes of compromise. I need a clean space. I need an emptied heart so I can fill it completely. So humble yourself, clear the altar. Place on it everything you have hidden, every dream, every failure, every pride, every shame. Hold nothing back. Surrender it all. Then you will see beyond words that when I touch it, everything comes alive. You will witness the impossible become real. You will see yourself used as a flowing river, watering dry and desolate lands. But it all begins with one thing: total surrender. No bargaining, no half-hearted obedience, no clinging to what I have told you to leave. Just a yes from a softened heart, and the rest I will do. My beloved, listen in the stillness of your spirit, where the world's noise fades, where daily concerns disappear, and only the sacred ache remains between you and me. For you now stand on the threshold of a divine beginning, where destiny and faith meet, where heaven's call touches the bare feet of humanity and all that has come before. The dark days and restless nights have led to this moment. This is your commissioning, not a choice among many paths, but a divine mandate birthed from eternity. This is not merely an assignment, but a confirmation of your truest identity, that you are not here just to exist, but to act. You were born for such a time as this. Not late, not misplaced, but on time, in sync with the pulse of the divine plan. Do not see it as too much. Do not view it as a burden. See it as the highest honor, that the Almighty, the one who created the universe and placed every star in its place, has chosen you, called you by name, and spoken this commissioning over you. Not because you are the strongest or wisest, but because your heart has been broken enough to hear, soft enough to be shaped, and hungry enough to be sent. And now go. Step into the place I am sending you, without delay, without retreat. Even if your feet tremble, even if fear knocks at your mind's door, remember this. Courage is not the absence of fear, but obedience in the face of fear. Speak what I have placed in your mouth, even if your voice falters and your lips quiver, for every word you utter when touched by my presence will carry the power to awaken and set free. Love those the world deems unworthy. Forgive even those who shattered your heart, not by your own strength, but by the transcendent love I pour into your soul. Believe in the impossible, for where your strength ends, my glory begins to be revealed. You are not called to live by human logic, but by faith, the key that opens the door to the miraculous. You will feel lack, you will sometimes doubt, but I will be your strength, not partly, but fully. When you are weak, I will be your support. When you falter, I will be the wings lifting you above every circumstance. Not only strength, I will provide for your spiritual, emotional, and physical needs. I know what you need before you ask, and I will supply, not from earthly stores, but from the treasures of heaven. I am your protector. No arrow can harm you unless I allow it. No accusation from the enemy can condemn you once I declare you righteous. No force can tear apart what I have sealed upon your soul. And you do not walk alone. Never. Open the eyes of your spirit and see. Countless angels surround you, not to observe, but to guard, to battle, to clear the path. I have mobilized all of heaven's forces to back this assignment. For you are not merely a traveler, you are the one sent. And every step you take declares, I am doing a new thing upon this earth. And now I breathe into you a new fire, not a flame that flickers and fades, but fire from the holy place. Fire that does not destroy, but consumes all that does not belong to me. This fire will burn away every doubt that held you back. Consume every distraction dividing your heart. Dissolve every lie whispered by the enemy, that you are not enough, that you cannot, that it is too late. No, my child, you are not late, not insignificant, not misplaced. You are chosen, anointed, and sent. Into your hands I place the torch. Into your heart I release the stream of living water. Into your voice I weave the echo of heaven. Into your steps I sow the power to open the way for others to walk into the light. Go forward with confidence, knowing that wherever you step, I have already walked. Wherever you speak, I have prepared ears to listen. Wherever you plant seeds, the soil is ready. Wherever you pour out love, I have already poured love before you. Wherever you forgive, I will heal the deepest wounds. You were not called to blend into the world, but to stand as a sign from heaven. You were not sent to act in your own strength, but to live in complete dependence on me, the one who never fails, never sleeps, and never abandons those he calls. The time is now. No more doubts, no more hesitation. Awaken, obey, move forward. For I, the Lord of all creation, am with you as you carry out this eternal mission. My beloved, do not let the pace of life or the noise of this world drown out the sacred whisper within you. Return to me, not only in confusion or pain, but every day, in every moment. Come close with a heart eager to hear, to see, to touch what transcends human understanding. It is in this daily, intimate relationship that I will place within you strategies not from man, but from my very throne. I will not let you walk blindly through these times. I will not allow you to stumble in the fog of what is right or wrong, true or false, light or shadow. In the silence where your soul quietly seeks me, where there is no applause, no spotlight, no audience, I will speak. Not with thunder, but with breath. Not with spectacle, but with wisdom that ignites your inner being. You will hear things that no book contains, truths beyond doctrine and theology. Revelation reserved for those willing to be still, to bow low, to truly listen. In that quiet, I will fill you with wisdom to walk differently, not following the crowd, but following divine guidance. I will give you discernment to clearly see truth from shadows that only appear right. I will train you not to be deceived by appearances, nor swayed by human logic at the expense of my Spirit's guidance. You must accept a hard but necessary truth. Not everyone will like you. Truth divides. Light always drives out darkness, and darkness never retreats quietly. But in place of worldly approval, you will carry something far more precious, the power of heaven. When you stop seeking validation from others, I will clothe you with an authority no one can take away. It may feel uncomfortable. You may feel lonely, out of place, like one walking against the current. But do not confuse comfort with fruitfulness. I have not called you to ease, but to impact, not to drift with the tide, but to stir the waters. You are the spear's tip, not the painted wall, the seed breaking through the soil, not a leaf carried by the wind. I am purifying you, not with water, but with fire. Holy fire is burning away your fear of man. Worries about how you are seen, what is said about you, or how you are judged will no longer imprison you. I am freeing you from invisible chains you once called politeness, tact, or social wisdom, but were truly only fear's shell, fear of rejection. You were not made to blend in, not born to be a shadow. I did not create you to shift like a chameleon, melting into the crowd to survive. No, you are a catalyst. Your very presence must cause movement. You are not a bystander in life. You are chosen to stir the waters, to shatter what is stagnant, to break the frozen structures that numb the soul of man. When you open your mouth, you will not speak as ordinary men. Your voice will ring like a cry in the wilderness, a call to awaken, a trumpet to rouse, a holy summons that shatters silence. Prepare the way for the Lord. Make straight a path for him to enter. That cry is not meant to cause chaos, but to break toxic silence. Not to condemn, but to awaken. Not to judge, but to make room for love to arrive. The wonder is when you begin to live aligned with that calling. Though it may cost acceptance and cause you to walk alone, you will find a joy, not the fragile joy of this world, but the deep gladness of a soul living on purpose, a heart beating in rhythm with heaven. I have begun in you something great. I am writing a story through your presence on this earth. But for that story to unfold fully, you must return to me, not just once, but every single day, in intimacy, obedience, and unconditional surrender. Each morning when you open your eyes, come to me. Each night when you close them, speak with me. In anxiety, confusion, joy, or exhaustion, do not turn away. Return. Sit beneath the shadow of my wings, and I will continue to speak, to guide, and to use you as an instrument of light. You no longer live merely to survive. You live to glorify me, and as you do, you will be transformed, not by the world's patterns, but into my likeness, the one who called you out of darkness into marvelous light. My beloved, do not let your heart be troubled by silence. Know that in every quiet moment, I am present. I see you. I feel every anxious beat of your heart. Not a single tear falls without my knowledge. Not one prayer rises without my hearing. But child, some things cannot be rushed. Just as dawn cannot break before night completes its mission. When you pray and receive no answer, it is not abandonment or rejection. Rather, it is a love that moves in silence. A love that knows sometimes what you ask for is not what you truly need. I delay not because I do not hear, but because I long to give you something better. Every delay is me laying a stronger foundation for the blessing to come, so that when it arrives, you may receive it without trembling. Hold it without losing it. I know you grow weary in the waiting, knocking on doors that seem forever shut. I know your hands are bloodied, your heart aching. But believe this, even in your most exhausted moments, what I have prepared for you is quietly growing, like a seed hidden deep in the earth. No one sees the moment it breaks open, but it will rise and bear fruit in due season. You often compare me to human ways, thinking if someone truly loved you, they would answer quickly and never let you wait in tears. But my love is not like the fleeting love of this world. My love is never rushed because it knows all things, sees both the end and the beginning. I love you not only with emotion, but with perfect wisdom, divine care, and a master plan beyond your understanding. Sometimes, my silence does not mean you are doing something wrong, but that I am teaching you to hear what is yet unspoken. That silence is the classroom of faith, where you learn to stand not by feeling, but by the truth that I am with you, even when you cannot sense it. Child, faith is not built on what is seen, but on trust in the one who never changes. You once believed that if I loved you, I would clear every obstacle from your path. But dear one, without the rough places, how would you know I am the strength that lifts you? Without darkness, how would you see that I am the light that never fades? The bends, the walls, the closed doors, they are all part of the love map I have drawn for you. You see only a piece, but I see the whole journey. I do not only desire to bring you to the destination, but to grow you through every step along the way. Sometimes it is in the waiting that your heart is refined. It is in the seemingly meaningless days that your faith takes root. And when my time comes, not earlier, not later, what you long for will come like dawn breaking through the longest night. But the greatest gift will not only be the answer itself, but the transformation within you. A heart steadfast, a deeper trust, a soul tender before me. So do not lose heart, persevere. Let every moment in the darkness become an opportunity to trust me more, to love me, not for what I give, but for who I am. For I am the one who loved you before you were formed, who knows every hair on your head, who will never abandon you, no matter how frail you feel. Remember the times I led you through places that seemed without exit. Recall the storms that should have drowned you, but were calmed with a single word. Engrave my footprints along your life's journey, those quiet but steady steps, and trust that even now I am at work. You are not alone. When you are truly ready, not only with hands open to receive, but with a humble and yielded heart, then I will open the door, and you will understand why I waited, why I led you through paths that seemed winding. You will see that true love does not always grant what is desired, but teaches you to receive what is best at the right time. Until that day, remain in me. Let the waiting become your refuge, not your chain. Let each silent day remind you that I am preparing something great, and that you, my beloved, are being shaped to become more like me. My child, I have never forsaken you and never will. Beloved one, I hear your heart's voice more clearly than your spoken words. Every whispered question and your tears every sleepless night, I am there. I have never turned away or ignored your pain. Even when you cannot see, hear, or feel, believe this. I am still working. Not in ways you expect, not on your timeline, but within a perfect plan you have yet to fully understand. I am moving in places you cannot yet see, beyond your sight, beyond your understanding. In the spiritual realm, things are shifting because of your quiet prayers. Doors are being forged, paths are being drawn, walls are beginning to crack, all in preparation for my promise. I know there are days when you sigh and ask, why hasn't it happened? Why am I still waiting? Why do my dreams seem to wither? I hear you. I hold you in those questions, child. I am not punishing you. Do not misinterpret my silence. If I meant to punish you, I would let you wander easy paths, comfort you in complacency. But I love you too much for that. I am positioning you, placing you exactly where and when you need to be, so that when the promise is fulfilled, you can carry it with maturity and wisdom. Some things you ask for too soon would be burdens, not blessings. Some doors close not because you are unworthy, but because I am guiding you to a better eternal door. Do not believe your prayers vanish. Every whispered word touches my heart. Not all things are answered at once. I am not only a giver, I am a shaper. I do not merely hand out gifts. I form your character so you can receive, sustain, grow, and bless others. You see only the surface, but I see the heart. You see delay, I see preparation. You see disappointment, I see shaping. You see a dream imprisoned, I see a seed waiting to rise. I am doing more behind the scenes than you imagine. What you cannot see often matters most, like roots growing deep in soil, unseen yet essential. I am anchoring your soul's roots so when winds of success blow, you won't be swept away by pride or shallowness. You ask, why pain, silence, waiting? I answer with all my heart, because I love you, because I want you to keep what I give with a mature soul. I don't want you to live fragilely, but on a foundation that stands. I want you not just to receive, but to bring forth the eternal for others. Not a single day is wasted. I am teaching you to listen with spiritual ears, see with faith's eyes, walk without needing all answers first. I am transforming your heart into a dwelling for my presence. Don't take that lightly. It is preparation for a life far from ordinary. You may be in a hidden season, feeling forgotten, but you are preserved like a gem in stone, a seed beneath earth. Like the sun behind clouds, you've never left my sight. I am waiting until maturity, anointing, and obedience fully form in you. Then suddenly, not by chance, the door will open. No one can shut it. No one can stop it. No enemy can break it. And you will know I was always there, working, keeping my word. So keep your heart steady. Take small steps, but in faith. Keep praying even when nothing happens. Keep worshiping even when emotions dry. Keep loving even when hurting. Keep believing even when all seems silent. For I am doing something new, beginning in your soul. I have never given up. What I promised I will surely bring to pass. My beloved, have you wondered why I'm silent when you cry out most? Why your deepest longing doesn't come immediately, even with all your faith? Perhaps you feel forgotten, even rejected. But here is a tender, profound truth. I have never turned away. I am doing something greater than an immediate answer. If I gave you all at once, you might be satisfied briefly. What you want is not always what you need. Your timing isn't always best. I am not denying you. I love you too much to give what could mislead you. Imagine a child wanting a sword but lacking strength or wisdom to wield it safely. A loving father waits to protect and train. So I train you through waiting, unanswered prayers. If I gave you success before humility, it would crush you. If I gave you influence while fear rules your soul, you'd chase human approval, not my leading. If I gave you abundance with ambition unhealed, wealth would consume, not build you. My child, I want to give not just good but right things at the right time to a heart ready to receive. I am not moved by emotion, nor rushed by impatience. I am eternal, the one who sees beginning and end. I am never in a hurry. Everything I do, including delays, carries eternal purpose. Every step, every door opening or closing, every waiting moment, all part of a masterpiece. You cannot see the whole picture now. That is why I invite you to trust. Trust my hand is at work when your eyes see nothing. Trust my love is constant when prayers go unanswered. Trust my silence is space where your faith grows. I am teaching you something more precious than your request, the steadfastness of your soul. I lead you to maturity, where you live not by feeling but faith, where you desire what pleases me, where prayers shift from "Lord, do this for me" to "Lord, align my heart with your will." Remember, I am working not just for you but in you. What I build inside matters as much as what I prepare to give, because what you receive may be great, but without depth and strength, it will collapse. That is not punishment, but careful love from one who sees what you do not. You may not understand, but are invited to trust, and in trust, find rest. Not because all is easy, but because all is under the control of one who never errs. I arrange every detail with divine order. Every person, opportunity, wound, loss, none is chaos. It is all part of a precise plan. I do not create randomly. I weave your life with supreme craftsmanship. Every thread, knot, twist has meaning. You may not see the full tapestry now, but from the future, you will see not one part was meaningless. So, my beloved, do not lose heart when prayers seem unanswered. Do not grow weary when time stretches beyond hope. Do not doubt my love just because results delay. Stand firm. Stay in my presence. Learn to recognize me not only in miracles, but in persistent silence. I am at work, not on your schedule, but on eternal time. When all arrives at the appointed moment, you will receive and carry it with strength. Not only be blessed, but become a blessing. Not only touch miracles, but live maturely, reflecting my glory. For I see all, know all, love all, and nothing in your life is random. Keep walking by faith and remember, I have never been late. I prepare you to be worthy of what you are called to receive. My precious child, every word, promise, calling, and dream I planted still holds weight. Time does not fade them, nor do storms wash them away. I have not forgotten or changed my mind. But understand, all eternal things cannot be given hastily to hearts not ready. Because of my great love, I will not entrust sacred things to souls not shaped by humility and maturity. You long for fruit, achievements, breakthroughs, things you can see and touch. But while your eyes fix on the surface, mine are fixed on your roots. You look for harvest. I know without deep roots, fruit is temporary, easily swept away. So I dig deep, water, prune, sometimes painfully, sometimes slowly, but always necessarily. I do not want you to bloom for one season, but live a life bearing lasting fruit. You desire a crown, honor, position, to prove your worth. But a crown is not given to those who have not learned to serve. I shape your character through failure, tears, misunderstandings, not to destroy but to prepare you to wear the crown without losing yourself. The true crown shines only on those who bow low, lift others, and choose integrity over applause. You wish to shine, influence, have your voice heard far and wide. But influence without identity rooted in truth makes you vulnerable to praise or criticism. That is why I anchor you in me, in unchanging truth and a value not defined by others. I let you walk seasons of obscurity, so you learn your worth comes not from outside but from your Creator's gaze. You yearn for love, whole, tender, genuine. But wounds and unnamed pains erode the relationship you dream of, if unhealed. I do not withhold love because I reject you, but because I love you too much to let you step into love while still bleeding. I heal you gently and deeply, so love can be given and received without destruction. You long for a platform to speak, share, be heard, but the spotlight can be double-edged. I never want outer light to kill the inner soul. So I teach you to stand firm in the secret place where it's just you and me. I teach faithfulness in small things, whispered words, unseen acts. So when the light shines, your soul will be steady as stone, unshaken, unbroken. My child, my delays are not denials. Every long wait and silent promise is part of greater preparation. I do not give according to emotions, but according to my eternal plan. If you could see my preparation, you would know the wait is not in vain. Do not resist my quiet work. Do not conclude too quickly I have forgotten you. You are not abandoned. You are being prepared. Preparation is the truest sign of love. I see your potential. I know the weight of what I will give. If I gave it too soon, it would crush you. But when you are refined with steady mind, open heart, humble hands, no one can take away what I destined for you. My child, be steadfast. Let your roots grow deep in me. Let me shape you in silence, so when I bring you to light, you will shine without being burned. The crown will come, the fruit will come, love will come, all at the right time, in the right way, through the right people. But first, let me do my work within you, for you and through you. You are not delayed. You are formed for something far greater than you imagine. And what I promised, I will surely fulfill, for I never break a promise. My beloved, I see you. I see the weariness in your eyes each morning, but your heart carries silent questions. I see you bow your head, not from lack of faith, but because you no longer know what to expect. You watch time slip by like a shoreless river and ask, Lord, why not yet? Today, open your heart to receive this truth. Not with logic, but faith. I have not abandoned you, never have. I move silently but unceasingly where you cannot yet see, in the deepest layers of your destiny. You see delay, I see divine arrangement. You see frozen moments, withered dreams, fading promises. But I hold time in my hands and am never late. I am not bound by clocks or calendars. While you see fragments, I see the full picture. I fit every piece perfectly. Every moment you thought meaningless is a brick in a foundation for something greater than you dreamed. You hear silence and think I turned away. But this silence is not distance. It is deeper nearness. In silence I sanctify you, refine what no longer serves, remove impurities, peel off masks worn to please others. I lead you into stillness, not to abandon, but to teach you to hear me anew, not with physical ears, but the ears of your soul. You learn to recognize my voice in gentle breezes, to sense my movement in ordinary breath, to walk by faith, not sight. You see the closed door and your heart grows heavy. You think rejection, abandonment, but I see a new threshold, radiant and strong, ready to open at the perfect moment. When it opens, no one will shut it. I wait until your foundation, built on faith, humility, maturity, is strong enough to carry the glory I will pour out. A great blessing cannot rest on a weak base. I love you too much to let you enter unready. The wait is not punishment. It is the process of making you whole inside out. Do not despise waiting. Do not see it as failure. It is sacred ground, the holy place where I mold your soul away from noise, judgment, demands. There you will find me in ways unknown before, not through spectacle or sudden miracle, but in quiet closeness, in gentle light shining into every hidden corner of your heart. In this waiting, you learn my heart's rhythm. You ache for what I ache for. Love what I love. Rejoice in what brings me joy. You discern my voice, not only when loud, but when whispered. You live not by sight, but faith. A faith deep enough to hold steady when emotions waver, promises feel far, skies darken. This faith, born in silence, matured in waiting, strengthened in solitude, will be your unshakable foundation when blessings rain. When blessings come, I do not want them to sweep you away. I want you deep enough to hold them, strong enough to pour them out, mature enough to use what I give not for yourself, but to build something eternal. The rain will come, not a fleeting shower, but a sacred season, bringing life to dry places, reviving what seemed dead, turning your soul into a stream of refreshment. So, my child, keep standing. Love even when love is not returned. Believe even when you don't see. Be faithful when unnoticed. Pray when answers haven't come. Hold on to faith, because my silence is not forgetfulness. It is the loudest preparation echoing from eternity. When the time comes, you will understand why I waited. When blessings overflow, you will know I never forgot. And when you enter what I prepared, you will look back with tears and gratitude and whisper, Lord, thank you for loving me enough not to rush. My beloved child, let your heart be still, that every word I speak today may soak into your soul like rain on dry ground. For I know your longings. I see the quiet restlessness beating with expectation. But lift your eyes to me, for I teach you a lesson far more precious than what you hope for. True joy is not found in outcome, but in my presence. You have sought joy and success, open doors, fulfilled promises, but I lead you to a deeper place. A place where joy is not swayed by circumstance or accomplishment, but rooted in intimacy with me. I teach you contentment, not because you got what you asked, but because you have me, and that alone is enough. When you learn this, you will live no longer swayed by emotional highs and lows, but grounded in deep, abiding peace. This waiting is not passive or wasted. It is the womb of destiny where I nourish, shape, prepare you for unimaginable things. In this silence, I cleanse away what is not from me. Misplaced expectations, distorted ambitions, fears imprisoning you. I purify your soul so you hear me clearly, see me vividly, walk with certainty. Understand, my child, there is beauty in becoming. Do not long only for the destination and miss the truth that the journey is where I transform you. There are treasures found only along the path. When weak, with nothing to lean on but me, lessons engraved deeply. When you pause and allow me to whisper, there is glory and growth, not by human standards, but spiritual maturity. The calm when things don't go as planned, the steadiness when promises delay, the faithfulness when no applause follows. You receive this only if you do not rush my work. Do not be impatient. Do not resent the burden I placed on your shoulders. Embrace it. Lean into it, for that weight molds your soul into eternal form, something no one can take. I am a loving Father. I will not let anything come before its time. I am not in a hurry, knowing some gifts given early pull you away from me. Every gift, talent, opportunity, companion, calling is only blessing flowing from relationship with me. Received without me, the gift is burden or trap. But wait. Receive as I give in my way at my time. Then it is not effort's reward, but a weapon of righteousness, life source, testimony to my faithfulness. You have prayed, you have waited, I have heard. Remember, every promise has an appointed time. Not your calendar, not the world's rush, but my eternal wisdom. I know when fruit is ripe, I know when to act. What you call delay, I call perfection. What you see as silence, I see strategy. What seems unanswered, I see provision arriving beyond your imagination. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are refined. You are shaped. You are set in place. I, the unchanging one, stand amidst it all. Not distant, but holding every second, step, breath you take. So do not despair. Keep persevering. Let your heart remain steadfast, for one day you will see. It was in those seemingly idle days that I worked most deeply in your life. Even now, as you read these words, I am here. Not far, vague, or hidden in doubt. I am here. So near, so real, so present, closer than your breath, nearer than your senses. I cover you with peace beyond words. A peace not from resolution, but from my presence in the unknown. I know your heart trembles. I know the quiet questions echo. Lift your head to me, for I whisper peace deep in your soul. When you feel like falling, I lift you. When your tears fall unseen, I weep with you. When weary, I pour grace like rain. So you endure one more day and another. You are not alone in waiting. I wait with you, not with folded arms or distant heart. I wait as a patient father, a faithful companion who never leaves, who knows what is coming and why it takes time. I do not stand outside your waiting. I dwell in every moment. I am silent but full, quiet but never absent. I do not only share your sorrow, I rejoice over you. There are times you cannot see your worth, but I see it. You see failures. I see your rising. You see weakness. I see a heart refusing to give up. I sing over you, not because you are perfect, but because you are faithful. Your faithfulness in small, quiet hours brings joy to heaven. So, my beloved, let my presence be your greatest reward. Do not wait to rejoice until your hopes arrive. Learn to receive me, love itself, as your fullness now. Let my voice, not the world's or doubt's whispers, calm your soul. Let me be your joy's foundation, your completeness source. Everything else will come in due time, in the right way. Not too early, not too late. Doors will open, promises will be fulfilled. Seeds I planted in your soul will bloom. But all these good things must never replace me. For yes, I am your eternal portion, your reason for living, your deepest treasure. So now, my child, rest. Let your weary heart fall into my arms. Release your timelines. Let your worries drift like tired birds returning home. Stop trying to control what you cannot. Learn surrender, not from weakness, but knowing you are held by the strong one. Believe in my love, a love unchanging, unwavering, not based on achievements or feelings. Believe in my timing. I am never late, never rushed. And above all, believe that when the time is right, when your heart is strong, your foundation deep, maturity complete, no force in heaven or earth can stop what I have prepared. My precious one, the first taste of the life-changing truth I've been longing to pour into you. But this is only the beginning. Stay close. In our next video, we'll dive even deeper into the secret place where your destiny waits. You do not want to miss how heaven's blueprint for your breakthrough unfolds. Click next now and watch as I reveal the steps that will ignite your faith, shatter every chain, and launch you into the full purpose I designed for you. Your journey has only just begun. Press play and let the next wave of heavenly revelation carry you further than you've ever dreamed. See you there. Amen.